Hi everybody, here's my latest resource, and it is just a compilation of a few of the resources that are already on the Drive Resources shop site. Now I'll take you through it. So here's the terms of use, blah 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 blah. But what you really need, I think, for working online and setting up your online classroom, Google folders to distribute to your students, and I'll show you how to do that in a minute. And also you also need some templates that are easy to use, so you just fill them in and then whip them off, share them with the kids. So what I've got here are some differentiated templates, so they can be used for juniors or seniors. I've opened them already so that we can have a quick look. So this one has 3 levels on one page, and I'll just skip to it first. So here we've got smooth, winding and rugged roads. So if you were doing something like, say, reading comprehension, you might do reading on the lines for the smooth, between the lines for the winding road, and beyond the lines for the rugged road, or something like that. So that's a good way of differentiating. So you have a little cover page so the kids can see straight away what it is. And there's some instructions there. Look at the resource provided. Here's the questions, and then there's the student answers page, because I can't stand when I see things put on Google Classroom, for example, and there's nowhere for the kids to write. So it's easier if everything's all in one. So here's the first page where you put your resources, and it says there, teacher, insert your resource onto this page, or complete the box below where you put a link to a resource. So just insert a hyperlink there. And here, as we've already seen, is the questions or activities page. So you write what you want them to do. And here they can just write their answers. So they can write down what road they're doing, the question number, and then they type in their answers. Now, obviously, as they type, those rows will expand. All right, so that's that form. So it's got 3 levels on one page. And then this next one is the same thing again, but instead we've got 1 level on each page, so you've got more room to write out your activities. And then again, you've got a place for student answers. Here they put down what road they chose, and this one has 1 level per page again, but you type in your questions, there's where they put the answer. You type in their questions, okay, and so on. So there's the winding ones and the rugged ones. So hopefully that will be of help. It's sort of used to, I used to use it for everything, especially my year 10s. Here's a response journal that I originally made for a year 11 class. So send it out. Obviously they make their own copy, as with anything, and then they need to click on the tabs at the bottom left of the screen to go to their instructions and things. You can see them all along there. So there's I just tried to do a cover, but it's in a spreadsheet. Instructions for them. They can put their text details there. So you can use this for a written or a visual text. And this is their home page where they'll write all their responses. So there's an example there that I've put in there, and you can see the responses can come under, I'm pointing at the screen, that's no good to you, events, and then there's a lot of character ones there, and it goes along, important quotations, setting, key objects, symbolism. It depends what ones they choose to do or what ones you set. There isn't a YouTube video about this, by the way, and these the chapters along there. Response prompts. Now you can tell them, right, I want you to do C5 or something like that, which is this one. And they fill it in the home page. They answer that in the home page, or they can choose. Just say to them, do 3 or do 5 or whatever for each chapter of their choice. So you see there's a whole lot of responses there for them for each area. Right, so that's that. Okay. Revision booklets. There are revision booklets to send out to your students for level 1 written text, as this one is, and it's massive. Man, I have to get rid of that blue. I'll do that before I send it off. And there's also one for the 1.2 visual text, and there's also one short booklet so these level 1's booklets are quite long. One short booklet for level 2. Okay, so and that's a combination of written and visual for them. Okay, so that's, as you can see, it's quite long, just scrolling through those there. Now here's something, if you would have seen my task booklets, and this is basically the template that I use, and so I've given you that. If you want to write your own tasks really easily, you just fill in all this stuff here, insert picture here, insert school logo there, and there's table of contents, what you'll do, example, what is your teacher looking for, and there's the achievement criteria unpacked, where they can find exemplars, but about purpose and audience, checkpoints, structure, blah blah blah. It's mainly tailored for writing, but you can do what you like with it, because obviously it's editable. Okay, so hopefully that is of use. Now I will show you the PDFs that are here. Okay, with that task writing template, I suggest you write tasks in PowerPoint because you can manipulate it so well, and there's cool things you can do with it. Then if you want to give it to the kids in Google, that's fine, just upload it to your Google Drive. It converts really well to a Google slide. But so here are just some instructions for using PowerPoint and altering the page size so it's not a presentation anymore, that kind of thing. How to insert hyperlinks if you're struggling with that. There's a few things that you might like to use as well. And this part here is basically from my recent blog post. Alright, what else have we got? Oh, this one, setting up your class drives. As people who know me know, I hate Google Classroom with a passion. It's just all over the place to me. So I set up Google folders, and here is basically my system and how I get the kids' work off when it's a final assessment, so they can't touch it anymore. All of that is explained there. So hopefully that is pretty much all you really need to get yourself going for online learning. I probably should have done that a long time ago, but it's here now, so I'm posting that now. If you're watching this from another country other than New Zealand, there is a generic one going on my Teachers Pay Teachers store, where the revision booklets won't be tailored to New Zealand. They'll be tailored for just a generic revision. There'll be a generic revision booklet. So, but otherwise everything else is pretty much of a muchness, I think. So hopefully that's a helpful little resource.